Hello, this is Glenn here from The Script, and this is my drum kit. And as you can see, I play Sabian cymbals because they're amazing. They cut through everything. I like the crisp sound out of them, especially my ride. It's not too overwhelming. And if I come down here, I get kind of nice even tones. The reason I have the splash is because sometimes in songs there's certain phrases that I want to accentuate that Danny will be singing, and instead of having a really loud crash, I just want something that kind of, you know, will punctuate that but won't last too long. I've obviously got these heavy hitters here, the ozone crash they're called, and I love these because they just give you that. And when you want that, you know, you want to really, if we're really rocking out and we want something really, a lot of punch and a lot of crunch to them, I go for these on those big moments. And then we got the Paragon hi-hats, the 14-inch, which I love too because they're nice crisp tone to them. They cut through and I can always hear them well in my mix. I'm on DW drums. I've got an 8, 10, 12, 14. And again, these just sound great every show, all the time. It's actually really nothing to do with me how they sound. My drum tech, Martin, who's sitting over there, it's all his fault. That's him sitting. Say hello, Martin. That's Martin. He makes the drums sound amazing. I just played them. So I have to give credit where it's due. And then I've got this secret weapon, which is a Brady Snare. Got this in Australia off the main man, Mr. Brady himself. He came to the show with a couple of snare drums and let me try a few out. And this just, it's just amazing, like a shotgun going off. So I added this to the mix and it just cuts through really lovely as well. And that's basically it. And I also try when I'm setting up, I try and have things within arm's reach so that I'm not like back here reaching out, because I'm singing as well on every song. I'm singing BVs and everything. I'm always aware of this because my head's going to be like this. So if I'm all the way over here and I'm stretching, it's really bad for the rotator cuff, I found, according to a massage therapist. So I try and keep things within, not too cramped to me, but within reach that I can get to them from here, basically. So it kind of makes it easier to move around the kit and stuff like that. So as a rule, I try and make sure that I'm contacting all cymbals around here on the stick so I can get to them. So that's kind of a rule I have. Keep the bell of the cymbals within full reach of your arm. If it's too close, I can't. I've no freedom to move around. And being a right-handed drummer, most of my right hand will do a lot of the work. So I do that too. But as I was saying earlier on, one of the biggest lessons I learned as a drummer was I sang with a band many years ago for a little while. And by getting out front and singing, when I went back to playing drums again behind the singer, I kind of had more of an idea of what not to do as opposed to what to do. Because sometimes, you know, you hear people say, oh, it's not what you put in, it's what you leave out, and all these kind of Zen statements. But it really is true. I think when you start out, you want to play more than you need to. And when you get a bit older and a bit more seasoned, as I've heard said, you want to play less, and you want to show things when they're in the right places, because you don't need to play and be as busy all the time. It can be done in a tasteful way, and I think it just comes with gigging. That's why I always say gig as much as you can, never say no to it. Every gig is experience, no matter what it is, even if it's a talent show or a singing contest, and I really have played at them all. They all add up to something. Do weddings, do pubs, you know, jump in with as many different bands as you can at the beginning, because it all gives you experience and makes you a better all-round musician and broadens your musical palette, so to speak, and it helps you when you want to play with different people, that you can very easily adapt to any situation, which is really helpful when it comes to studio. I was very lucky in that my dad made me go and learn how to read music when I was a kid, which I hated, I'll be honest, at the start, but it really opened up my technique, and I got to learn all the rudiments, the paradiddles, the 4-stroke rolls, the 9-stroke rolls, how to incorporate the double, the paradiddles, the triple paradiddles all around the kit, how to use that in playing. I think the most important thing I learned, really, and this is down to my first drum teacher, Jacques was his name, I'll have to thank him for that. The most important thing I learned was this. That thing, just a double bounce. And if you watch my hand the way it opens, even up here, that alone has probably saved my wrists over the last 20 years, because if I combine that together, I'll just show you a little tiny bit. You'll hear this, but basically all just two-stroke stuff. Even though when you play it like that, it kind of, I remember seeing a guy doing that years ago, and I was like, how the hell is he doing that? Just that thing. Just that bounce. And just to practice that. And then when you bring that into the rudiments and then you apply them to the kit, it's a little bit, for me it was like the little key in the door that gave me all that technique. And the other thing my teacher told me was, you don't hit a cymbal, you address it. So I see some guys and their cymbals are like this. I mean, look, everybody's different, but for me, if you're hitting it like that, then you're going to end up with this kind of result. You're going to be doing this type of thing. My teacher always said to me to have them kind of angled like this, and you address them. So you hit, as opposed to hitting them, you're more like, so kind of, it just kind of showed me like a graceful way to use my wrist. And when I was playing, when I started off, I was like this, which restricts your movement. Whereas if you just turn like that, you've got the full range. And then if you combine that, as opposed to, you'll see, you know, you'll see that as opposed to, there's that kind of flow to it. Almost like I don't know if it's even like dancing, but it's almost like that. There's like a flow in it. And the last little trick I'll give you, if you're singing and playing, or if you have a microphone and something goes wrong and you're in the middle of a show, here's a great trick. My second drum teacher showed me this. Thanks, Connor. So you're playing and the mic is like this and you want to move it. You don't know what to do. So what you do is you get the stick, put it on your arm like that. Play with one hand and fix your microphone. Stick is still here. Honestly, one of the best tips I ever got. And then you just take it back. So during the show, you can even have a glass of water while you're playing. And just put it back down. And I think after that, just practice. Here I am talking into the mic. Force a habit. And I think after that, you just practice every day. When I first started, I did 4 hours a day. Every day, 4 hours. So I would say just practice as much as you can, even if it's only 15 or 20 minutes a day. Just do a bit, because it all adds up at the end of the week. And I should be practicing now. Every day. I haven't in a while, because we're always touring and we get to do a sound check and warm up. But yeah, that's it. Practice is key. You know, you won't get better if you don't practice. So practice and practice the rudiments, and they're the building blocks of what will become your vocabulary later on a kit. So it's been really good to talk to you. I hope you enjoyed this little look around the kit. And after that, all I can say is, rock on!